Game 3 is the same story for the past 2 games, except in this one, they scored 5 goals in one period and scored 6 goals in this entire game as they win 6-2 over the Carolina Hurricanes. A complete rout performance by the Florida Panthers, and again, blowing out the Carolina Hurricanes at home this time, because we were praising them how much they're so good on the road, and they always blow out teams out on a road. The Panthers blew out the Hurricanes at home. This is the first, for my knowledge, this is the first blowout win at home in this playoffs for the Florida Panthers at home. Okay, yep, every other game in at home is pretty close. And the Panthers are 1 win away of going back to the Stanley Cup final for the 3rd straight season. And they're up 3-0 in the series against the Carolina Hurricanes. 3-0. Oh, God. Not again. Yeah, so although unlike the Edmonton Oilers, the Hurricanes seems to struggle to win an Eastern Conference final game, as the Panthers are definitely looking to sweep the Hurricanes again on Monday night on Memorial Day. They're looking forward to doing it again, as gotta finish it. We gotta absolutely finish it. Finish the series Monday to get back to Stanley Cup final and await the winner of Edmonton Oilers again or the Dallas Stars. But that's a story for another day. But what about this game? Well, it's Sergei Bobrovsky going up against Kochetkov, as there is a replacement in goaltending in these games. As I had a feeling it was going to be the thing back in the last game, as Frederik Andersen just struggled tremendously against the Panthers, and Kochetkov kind of suffered the same fate, except the Panthers. Look, this is a really good team and built for playoffs. This is a playoff-built hockey team, a championship-built team. No matter how you look at it, this is my goodness. All right, so let us get things going, as Carolina Hurricanes' first shot on target came from Logan Stankoven. Seth Jones with the wrist shot that hit the post to start off. First off, Stankoven's wrist shot was saved by Bobrovsky. Kotkaniemi with the wrist shot as well, that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Puck was frozen in the zone. Puck was frozen in the goalie zone. We keep going. We're going to keep going forward. Jordan Staal with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky, and then there was a trip from the goaltender against Rodriguez. Kochetkov, I mean, what are you doing? What he did was Rodriguez going for the puck, and he stuck his leg out to trip Rodriguez. Unacceptable, stupid penalty, and I think it's stupid. I think it's really stupid to do that against Rodriguez. It kind of shows it's kind of blatant. I mean, dirty as usual. That penalty would be served by Logan Stankoven, so the Panthers would wind up with the power play. And during this power play, Aaron Ekblad, the wrist shot that was stopped by Kochetkov, and that's it. No more shots on target in this power play. But 12:07 into the game, there will be a score. It is a score credited by Nico Mikkola. And by the way, how about Nico Mikkola in this game? He was absolutely tremendous in this game. He was absolutely awesome tonight. And I hope he's okay from the injury tonight. I really hope he is. He gets credited from this goal. He is assisted by Barkov. That's his 9th assist of the playoffs. And Rodriguez's 9th assist of the playoffs. And off the back end, it's Nico Mikkola with his 2nd goal of the playoffs. Credited goal, because he was the last one that touched it. He was really trying to make that backhand pass to the left side. I forgot who it was that was right there in that zone. But that was actually a bad luck play by Carolina Hurricanes, and we'll take it, because that puck ricocheted off the right skate of Dmitry Orlov, number 7 of the Hurricanes. team. That is a own goal. An own goal from Orlov to the Panthers as the Panthers jump ahead 1-0 to start the game. So Mikula gets credit at the goal, but it's really an own goal. An own goal by a opposition team to the Florida Panthers. And second straight year we have an own goal credited to the Panthers. Well, if you remember last year, I think last year was Lafreniere that had an own goal against the Panthers, which would win Game 1. And now Dmitry Orlov, and that's one of the reasons why we won Game 3. If you think about that little history making. But yeah, 1-0 Panthers. 1-0 Panthers to start off the game. Yashevich with the wrist shot that was stopped by Kochetkov. Matthew Tkachuk tries the wrist shot home that was stopped by Kochetkov. Taylor Hall with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. And then this situation with a penalty on Los Serena, and Los Serena would be ejected from this game. It is a boarding penalty against Los Serena. I boarded against Jackson Blake, kind of hit his head, even though he was hooked. Really, he was hooked. But Los Serena with a boarding penalty against Jackson Blake, which would be served by Matthew Tkachuk. And you know what, though? You gotta, sometimes, like, the toughness and aggression is one thing. Relentless and stupid is another. And Los Serena, I mean, you gotta let up. You have to let up if you're the Florida Panthers, because that could happen. So the Panthers wind up with a 5-minute major penalty and a game misconduct. Los Serena would be ejected from this game. So Matthew Tkachuk serves his penalty, and we'll wait to see what will NHLPA would have to say something about this one with Los Serena. I have a feeling he's gonna have a hearing about this one, but it's a big question of, is he going to be suspended or is he going to get a $5,000 fine? We don't know for certain. Either way, Los Serena is ejected from this game, and Carolina Hurricanes would wind up with a 5-minute major. And during this 5-minute major penalty, Gostisbehere with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Play will wind up being offside. Sebastian Aho with the tip-in opportunity that was stopped by Bobrovsky. This power play would then carry over to the second period as the Panthers lead this one 1-0 heading into the second. So second period starts. We're still on the power play for a couple more minutes. Lundell with the snapshot shorthanded opportunity, which was stopped by Kochetkov. Lundell with the deflection, which was a really nice deflection, and a really good save by Kochetkov, which was an absolute robbery. And penalty on Kotkaniemi. It is a cross-check against Seth Jones. So that nullifies the rest of the power play for the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Panthers would be on the power play short after the 4-on-4, and they would be on the power play, and they do nothing with this power play. So this penalty is killed off. We don't talk much about that power play. Continuing on with this game, Logan Stankoven with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Matthew Tkachuk with the backhand, which was stopped by Kochetkov. Panthers trying to get the puck into the back of nets. They're struggling to do that in the second period. Scott Morrow with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Then at 10:10 into the second period, Logan Stankoven with the wrist shot, an absolute robbery by Sergei Bobrovsky. Bobbery. I mean, he literally had to lunge to his right to stop that puck. Robs Stankoven. Robs. And a Bobby chance happened. Bobby. And I really wish I was there to join in, because that was such a beautiful save by Bobrovsky. My goodness, man. He's just awesome. Matthew Tkachuk tries to snap it home, but Kochetkov, of course, stops that one. Sebastian Aho with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky, and unfortunately, soon after with the wrist shot that was stopped by Kochetkov. And then Matthew Tkachuk tries again, but that was stopped by Kochetkov. And then an error by Gustav Forsling with the delay of game penalty. That puck went over the glass, and clearly so. You wanted to be deflected, but it wasn't deflected. So Carolina winds up with the power play, and during this power play, Shane Gostisbehere with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky, and then 14:51 in the second period, they score. He is assisted by Kotkaniemi with his fourth assist of the playoffs, And Brett Burns' third assist of the playoffs, and not the wrist shot. Logan Stankoven does get the goal in this game. He had plenty of opportunities, especially the one a little bit after the halfway mark of the second period, where she was robbed, but eventually Stankoven does get that goal as he would get his fourth goal of the playoffs, and it's a power play goal for the Carolina Hurricanes, and they tie this game 1-1. ESPN initially said Taylor Hall was the one that got the goal. No, absolutely not ESPN. It was clearly Stankoven, and good thing they changed this. But either way, Carolina ties up 1-1 off the power play, and Panthers... And now Carolina with some momentum. Taylor Hall with the tip in that was stopped by Bobrovsky. And more shots by Carolina Hurricanes. And at the end of it all, Bobrovsky is stopping all those pucks from that point forward. There are Sebastian Aho with the backhand. Actually, not the backhands. Oh, yeah, there was one. There was a face-off. And then Sebastian Aho with the holding penalty against Carter Verhaeghe. So the Panthers wind up with this power play, which would then carry over towards the third period. Tied up 1-1. Aho still in the penalty box. What does the Panthers do? So, shorthand chance for Jeka Slavin with the slap shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Great save there. Brad Marchand with the backhand, which was stopped by Kochetkov. This penalty would wind up being killed off. However, after the penalty was killed off, we had a really nice move by Jesper Boquist, who scores a game, actually he's not a game winner, but a go-ahead goal from this point, as he's assisted by Aaron Ekblad. That's his 7th assist of the playoffs. And Evan Rodriguez, 10th assist of the playoffs. Really nice pass at Jesper Boquist, and a nice move to shift to his right, and totally backhands the puck between the legs of Kochetkov, and he scores the backhand, his second goal of the playoffs, and he makes it 2-1 Panthers to start off the third period. Oh my goodness, Jesper Boquist. 2-1 to start the third period. After that, got with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky, of course. And then Panthers will shoot the puck more. Matthew Tkachuk shooting the puck, Sam Bennett shooting the puck. All of us were saved by Kochetkov. Jordan Staal with the tip in, which was stopped by Bobrovsky. But 6:26 into the third period, we have a goal, another one. He is assisted by Matthew Tkachuk. That's his 9th assist of the playoffs. And Sam Bennett's 5th assist of the playoffs. And off the snapshot, snaps it home is Nico Mikkola. This time he does get the actual goal for himself. It's not the own goal situation. As third goal of the playoffs, he gets one done. 3-1 Panthers. That's a winning goal right there, because eventually the Carolina would get their second goal. So by rule, that should be the game-winning goal. But we're not done yet. Literally 30 seconds later, actually 29 seconds later, another goal, another assist by Matthew Tkachuk. That's his 10th. And off the snapshot, 29 seconds later, Barkov with his 5th goal of the playoffs. Oh, captain, my captain, make it 4-1 Panthers. Very quickly make it 4-1. Very quickly. My goodness, man, that's awesome. Brett Burns hits the crossbar, and then you're not going to believe this. Another goal by the Florida Panthers. Jesper Boquist with his 2nd assist of the playoffs. And off the wrist shot, it's Alexander Barkov with his 6th goal of the playoffs and his 2nd of the game. That puck went off the stick of Gostisbehere towards the back of the net to make it 5-1. What is going on? What is going on here? 3 goals in 3 minutes. My goodness. And you aren't going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. Another goal to make it 6-1. Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand makes it 6-1. Panthers, he's assisted by Boquist. That's his 3rd assist of the playoffs. And Anton Lundell's 7th assist of the playoffs. Brad Marchand buries this puck to the back of the net with his 4th goal of the playoffs. And this game was over. It was halfway done. I mean, you gotta be joking me. I'm loving everything about this period. Loving it. 5 goals in the third period. My God. I love every moment of it. And I don't regret watching it. And I just absolutely love it. They were looking to see if it was offside, and they just didn't bother challenging. And a fight broke loose with Matthew Tkachuk and Sebastian Aho, Jackson Blake, and Sam Bennett. So Matthew Tkachuk with a roughing penalty against Aho. He gets a 10-minute misconduct, and since it was already past 10 minutes, he's done for this game. Sam Bennett with a roughing penalty against Jackson Blake, and Jackson Blake with the roughing penalty against Sam Bennett. Now, because Matthew Tkachuk gets his roughing penalty against Aho, Carolina will wind up with a power play, and they will score on this power play very quickly. There's your second goal right there, as he's assisted by Sebastian Aho. That's his 8th assist of the playoffs, and Logan Stankoven's 3rd assist of the playoffs. And off the backhand, it's an easy backhand goal by Seth Jarvis with his 5th goal of the playoffs. And that would be your final score right there. Seth Jarvis with his 5th goal of the playoffs to make it 6-2 Panthers. So, while in the midst of it, with all that craziness going on, I kind of feel bad for our PA announcer, constantly getting interrupted by these goals and the fights that keep happening. He just want to talk, man. Andrew Imber, I mean, his job is to announce the goals, announce everything. He could not do that much in the third period. I feel bad for him. I don't think he cares because Panthers are kicking ass. I mean, completely tearing apart the Carolina Hurricanes in the third period. Panthers continue to shoot the puck. Barkov with a tip-in that was stopped by Kochetkov. I don't know if you're going to go back to Frederick Anderson because, I mean, results remain the same no matter which goaltender you put in. Gostisbehere with the wrist shot that was stopped by Brodsky. And then more penalties, more fights that happen with Svechnikov and Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett, Svechnikov, both with the roughing, actually not even roughing. Svechnikov with the roughing, they both get slashing call, which would then be served by Kaskaniemi, and they both were ejected from this game with the misconduct. Florida winds up with a power play, and that power play would be done. Gadjewicz with the roughing penalty against Jordan Martinook. So it will be a 4-on-4 for a bit. And Carolina with a few seconds of the power play. And that's pretty much it. That's it for this one. The final score is 6-2 Cats. Rats on ice. One more win to get back to the Stanley Cup final. But we got to get it done Monday. And, dude, fantastic. Keep it up in Game 4, and we'll probably be all right. You don't want to get that. You don't want to get that fear again, right? Of what happened last year. You don't want that to happen, right? Man, when we look at the team stats, 28 shots on targets for the Panthers, 6 of them went in. 25 shots on targets for the Hurricanes, 2 of them went in. 59 hits for the Florida Panthers, 45 hits for the Carolina Hurricanes, 33 face-off wins for the Hurricanes, 26 face-off wins for the Panthers. So the face-offs is a little bit of a difference for the Carolina Hurricanes, but not by much. 4 power play opportunities for the Hurricanes. They got 2. Both goals were power play goals. So the Panthers need to do a better job of penalty killing, just a little bit better. Panthers with 4 power play opportunities, they didn't get anything in, so that's a little bit of a problematic, but not by much. Penalties, 9 penalties for the Panthers, 7 penalties for the Hurricanes, 45 penalty minutes for the Panthers because a couple of their players, especially with the Calgary Flames players, where the misconducts again, and 22 penalty minutes for the Carolina Hurricanes. For that Svechnikov misconduct. 17 block shots for the Panthers, 12 block shots for the Hurricanes, 6 takeaways for the Panthers, 4 takeaways for the Hurricanes, 19 giveaways for the Panthers, 16 giveaways for the Hurricanes. Let me just refresh this real quick, see if there's any stars of the game. No. Okay, let's try their social media page. Let's see. Come on. Give us the stars of the game. They do not. Okay. Prediction time. So here's what I'm predicting. My prediction, Nico Mikkola gets star. Barkov should get, I think Barkov should get 2 stars. And Bobrovsky should get 3 stars because he made that unbelievable save against Stankov. And you got to give that to Bobrovsky, in my opinion. And they did all this for Sam Reinhart, who did not play in this game. And let's hope whatever happens with Los Serena is good news, because you don't want to be suspended unless you're an opposition fan base. And let's hope that Nico Mikkola is okay for Game 4, because he definitely got that hit. That board, it was definitely boarded to the board. I don't think he wound up coming back for the rest of the game. AJ Greer gets hit for a bit. Hopefully he's okay for Game 4. And I hope Reinhardt will be okay for Game 4. I really do hope so. And what will be the news for Los Serena, we're about to find out. But either way, finish it on Monday to get back to the Cup final. And we await the winner of the West. Let's go, Panthers. So that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content. And this is Miami TVG. Sign out, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody. Go Cats.